Hi everyone, my name is Eline Vera and today we're in Amsterdam to flip this sample into a sound using BandLab with sounds I capture on the go and vocals recorded on the street right here in this beautiful city. Let's see what Amsterdam sounds like.
Amsterdam is such a beautiful city, full of sounds. It's like the city has already got its own rhythm.
I think this would be a great sound to use as a melody. What if we pitch this to the right key and reverse it?
I will be using BandLab on my phone and this USB-C microphone and headphones as my only gear today. The way I like to build a song almost always starts with the beat. So I'm on the hunt for some percussive sounds to record. Anything with rhythm. I'm recording it all directly into the sampler so we can play around with the sounds later.
I think this would work well as a hi-hat or a shaker or something. You haven't been to Amsterdam. If you didn't, you know.
Recording a sound into the sampler is actually really easy. You just hold one of these pads on the mic icon and it starts recording. Let it go to stop recording or swipe up to keep recording and tap again to stop. Amsterdam is such a beautiful city, full of sounds, bikes, chatter, trains and buses. It's like the city has already got its own rhythm and I'm feeling inspired.
I think this would be a great sound to use as a melody. Let's record it. I think I've collected enough chaos. I feel like I've earned a coffee break and maybe we'll build a beat while we're at it.
While the barista is brewing a delicious cup of coffee, I am brewing some drum samples. I'm looking for little snippets I can turn into percussion for my beat. There's a lot of material in these samples that I don't need, so I can simply select the pen tool and crop it to keep just the parts I want. From there, I can pitch it up or down, which is really handy when you're working with tonal drum sounds. There's also this tone knob right here, which lets you shape the frequencies in your sound. Turning it up brings out more highs and turning it down makes the sound darker. I can adjust the panning to place each sound in the stereo field and make the mix feel wider. And that is how I'm tweaking each sound individually to build my kit. And here is what I've got. I'm also adding a kick and snare to my kit by adding some of my favorite samples.
Now, I am definitely not a genius finger drummer myself, so I'm very glad that BandLab allows me to record in a loop so I can stack my drum samples like that. Alright, next up is adding some chords, and I know just the place to record those.
I don't really like how the piano is sounding right now, so I'm going to be adding some effects to it to make it fit the vibe of our track a bit better. The piano still sounds a bit thin on its own, so I'm layering in some samples from the BandLab Sounds library. This library is massive and I found the perfect textures to give it that warm, nostalgic vibe. This is what I got so far. Next, I'm going to load in the sample I recorded earlier to a new sampler instrument and pitching it to different notes on each pad to create a melody. And I'm adding some effects to it.
if we pitch this to the right key and reverse it so we can use it as a swell at the start of the track. Yeah, that works. I just realized that we don't have a bass yet, so let's play a simple bass pattern while we bike to our next location.
Let's add a new instrument track to look for a good bass sound. I really like the sound of this bass, so let's load that in and record it. To boost the lows a bit, I'm going to add the one-knob bassy effect, and this is what we got.
We are at Dam Square, one of the busiest spots in Amsterdam, and it's time to push the limits of Voice Cleaner because we're going to record some vocals.
Inhale, exhale, whisper in my ear. Slow down, fade out, tell me what I want to hear.
As you can hear, my vocal definitely needs some help. I'm switching on the noise remover and auto EQ in Voice Cleaner, and this is what my vocal sounds like now.
I'm in my motion. Let the noises pull me in. The motion. Going back to the beginning.
So much better. Next, I'll add auto pitch to tune my vocal, and I'm using the natural setting at about 30%. My vocal still needs a little love, so I'm going to build a vocal chain using the multiband compressor, visual EQ, a de-esser, one knob brighter, de-delay, and the vocal verb. And this is the before and after.
I'm in my motion. Let the noises pull me in. The motion. Going back to the beginning.
I'm saving this vocal chain as a preset because I'm not done yet with the vocals. I still want to record backing vocals to really bring this track to life. Of course, I'm using Voice Cleaner again, this time toggling on de-reverb as well, and adding the vocal chain I just saved for my lead vocal. And generating some extra male backing vocals an octave lower with Voice Changer. And this is what that sounds like.
Ooh, I'm spiraling. I'm spiraling.
We are almost there. The last thing I want to do is master this song using one of BandLab's mastering presets. You can find the presets to choose from by tapping Mastering at the bottom of your track list. Here you can tap through the different presets and determine the intensity. I like how the tape one sounds, so I'm applying it to my track at 50%. And this is the finished result.
Inhale, exhale, whisper in my ear. Slow down, fade out, tell me what I want to hear. I'm in my motion. Let the noises pull me in. The motion. Going back to the beginning. Ooh, I'm spiraling.
And that's it. I hope this video inspired you to create more music on the go using BandLab. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments down below. My name is Eline Vera, here with BandLab. I'll see you in the next one and keep creating music.